Hello, gorgeous people. Hope you are doing okay on this Wednesday evening. I think we're Wednesday. I've kind of lost track of the days this week. We're on half term on the Isle of Wight. So I'm kind of, um, yeah, a little bit all over the shop. But I wanted to hop on because some of you will know that the doors are currently open to the Rising Consciousness membership. And I've had a question, or I've had a few questions actually about what are these monthly retreats that we do together. And it got me really thinking about the retreats that I've experienced and the part they've played in where I am now. So I wanted to share a little bit about that with you tonight. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my experience of retreats, my intention with retreats, and to also give you a chance to experience some of this completely free. So, for those of you that don't know how I ended up here, how I ended up, and I laugh because I never expected myself to end up in the position where I was doing this kind of work. I just had no idea this was where I was headed at all. In fact, I go back to when I was 18 and I just enrolled in like an accountancy course, and I did my accountancy course for like 3-4 years. And I never would have imagined I would have ended up here. But so my journey into this started with my own health issues, and those health issues ended up with me kind of feeling like I'd lost myself. I didn't know who I was anymore, and I kind of felt like I'd also gone through quite a lot personally. I'd gone through a lot of change. I'd gone through a marriage breakdown, and that had happened probably a few years prior to my health issues. And I don't think I'd really got to grips with any of that, really got to grips with who I was. And then these health issues came, and that was like a whole new level of me trying to figure out, who am I? What is this all about? And so I went on this kind of seeker's journey, I suppose you would call it. And not that I'd kind of gone in with that intention. I'd gone in with the intention of, I need to feel better. I remember waking up in the morning and just feeling, like another day. Like, how am I going to find the energy to get through this day? I didn't particularly like who I was. I didn't like how I was showing up. I didn't like the actions I was taking. Everything I did, I judged. And there was this underlying feeling of just not good enough. Although I wasn't conscious of that at the time at all. So my journey came from that space of just wanting to feel better, wanting to feel more motivated, wanting to feel more excited about life, wanting to feel like I knew on a core level that I wasn't living from the fullest expression of me. I knew that I wasn't getting as much out of this life as I possibly could. And so I entered into this journey. My first kind of step in the healing realm was signing up to a meditation course. And my meditation teacher, who is a dear friend of mine now, completely set me off on a different trajectory. That seems really difficult to say. And all of a sudden, I realized that I didn't have to believe everything I thought. I didn't have to get pulled into my emotions. I didn't have to um, aspire to be anything other than what I was. And so this meditation journey had gone on, and I really loved it. It was like it opened up a whole new world for me. And I discovered things about myself, about my life, about my world. But I knew there was a part of me that wanted to go deeper. There was a part of me that knew there was more to uncover, there was more to expose, more to explore. And I went on my first retreat, and that was a Zen retreat. And anyone that's been on a retreat, like a proper retreat, will know they can be intense and at times feel really unpleasant. And at times you'll be sat there thinking, why the hell am I here? And why am I putting myself through this discomfort? But I remember that first retreat coming to a realization that I'd spent so much of my life, but like all of my life, trying to be something I wasn't. And this is really hard to explain. This is really hard to put into words because this wasn't anything I was consciously doing. It was on a really subconscious level. It was like in my relationships, I was telling myself I had to be better. I had to kind of show my worth. I had to show up even more than I could. In my job, I was putting this enormous pressure on myself to be more, to grow more, to accelerate more. In even my friendships, it was like there was this kind of want to be more than I was, constantly judging, constantly thinking I should be more. It's the only way I can explain it. And this is really difficult to put into words, like I say, because it was not something that was consciously going on in my head. It was like a subconscious action, reaction pattern that I was playing out. And it came up for me during this retreat, and it was like a light bulb moment. And the minute that happened, I remember thinking, God, I don't have to be anything other than what I am in whatever moment I'm showing up in. And it felt like this huge pressure had just slipped away from my shoulders. And I thought once that pressure went away, it was like realizing this life is pretty damn good. So when I say, and I've titled this, Why Retreat Supercharge and Quantum Leap Your Healing, because for me, that's exactly what happened in that moment. Up until that moment, I had been going into my own self-healing journey, not consciously, subconsciously, with a viewpoint of I must improve, I must be better, I must get some level or. And actually what I realized was what I had to do was take away everything that wasn't me. All I had to do was take away all these expectations, all of these markers I was trying to live up to. And I appreciate that if you haven't been through that experience, this might seem very esoteric. It might seem very untangible. It might seem very woo-woo. But actually, sometimes those things that are really untangible are the most powerful things you will experience. And the reason I'm talking about this is because, like I say, people have messaged me this week because the doors are open to my Rising Consciousness membership. And they've said, so what are these retreats about? What do you do during a retreat? What might that look like? And the answer is there's so much. I can't tell you it's going to be this and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, because it depends on so many different things. For me, when I'm planning a retreat in my membership, I'm considering the time of the year we're working with and what the energy will be like during that year. Most of you know, I work with the Ayurvedic season. So this time of year, we tend to work with more uplifting practices because the energy can feel really heavy and can make us feel really unmotivated and really low, and like there's no excitement left. Let me know if this resonates. But sometimes, summertime, we might be working more with cooling down that energy. We might be working more with grounding down to the earth, coming out of that do energy, which is really present in the summertime. We might be feeling really fiery, and that comes with some real positives. That comes with a lot of transformation. That comes with us feeling like our motivation is on fire. And sometimes when we move into like the autumn season, according to Ayurveda, this is the time when our energy moves upwards. We're very much in our heads and we can feel ungrounded, a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit anxious. And so it's about drawing that energy back down. It's about feeling safe in our skin. But the seasons are just one of the things that I consider when planning the retreats that we do in the membership area. I also see the themes that are coming up for people in the community. So, we may have a space of comments about people being really conscious that they're judging themselves or judging others. So we may work with that. There may be times when people are struggling with that feeling of self-acceptance. So we will work with that. There may be other times when, it could be something that seems really superficial, like our relationship with money or our relationship with the people in our immediate space. So our relationships and how we're showing up for those people. So I tend to work with whatever's going on for the people in the community. But I thought it's okay for me to just talk to you about this. But what I thought would be far better is to give you the opportunity to experience this and for you to make a judgment on whether you feel like this might be something that's really useful for you and something you want to incorporate more into your life before the doors close in the Rising Consciousness membership. So I thought it'd be a really good idea if we did a retreat together this Sunday, just for an hour, a time where you can completely step back from all your responsibilities, everything that's going on in your life, and have an hour to yourself to take stock. So let me know how that feels. I will post an event in the group, in my community group. If you're not already in there, I will post a link to the group in this video. Come join us, completely free, an hour on Sunday, 12 o'clock, some proper self-care, indulgence, and to help you start uncovering the things that may be holding you back from truly enjoying this life. I firmly believe that our kind of purpose in this world is to uncover all of the things that are stopping us from showing up as our fullest expression without that judgment, without that overthinking, overanalyzing, and just enjoy it. Because, by gosh, there's so much. Even the tough stuff has got beautiful lessons for us to learn. And we can help ourselves by triggering that mindset through working with these inner practices in these kind of retreat formats. So let me know, lovelies, whether that would work for you, whether that sounds good to you. Hi, Mandy, lovely. Oh, someone else said hello. I can't see who it is. It says Facebook user. I will have a look afterwards. But yeah, I hope to see you Sunday. We will have a gorgeous hour together of proper indulgence, proper self-care, and really refill our cups in time for the week ahead. So I look forward to seeing you then. Reach out if you've got any questions. I will also post a link above to join Rising Consciousness if you're thinking, I'm in. I want to join you guys now. And I should say this Friday, actually, before the retreat, we've got a gorgeous speaker that will be joining us for a workshop talking to us about Iyengar yoga and how that integrates with the Vedic path. So I would love to see you there. If I don't see you there, I hope to see you on Sunday. And take care of yourselves. Have a gorgeous week, and I will see you soon.